Hey everybody, welcome back to Arena Hacks. My name is Kyle, and today I'm going to actually talk to you a little bit about the Mastery, not the Kaldheim Mastery particularly, just about the Mastery Mastery Pass or whatever this is called. And you know how normally you have the 3,400 gems down here? Well, recently I started doing, I just had this idea and I started thinking about the gems, and I always say drafting is a good way to get a lot of extra cards and then you earn gems in the draft, so you use gold to enter the draft, so you're basically converting from gold to gems. And that's how you unlock the Mastery Pass every season. But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, there's a lot of free gems in the daily deal, plus every Mastery Pass in the bottom when you unlock it, you get a bunch of gems back that you spend to unlock it. So I started going, what's the total gems that you get in the daily deal when you can just buy the gems with gold? So they're giving you kind of a free conversion instead of playing a draft. They're just giving you a free one-time quick conversion, and it's usually a really good value too of gold to gems. So I started wondering, I'm like, I wonder if they're consistently giving us enough gems through the daily deals and what they give you when you unlock the Mastery Pass, the gems that they give you here, if the total amount of gems equal enough to unlock the Mastery Pass for the next season. So I started doing a lot of research and looking into this, and I went to a website, and I'll include a link down below. Take a look at it. Okay, so it's this guy right here. Who is it? It says somewhere here, Joey Pasco, MTG, Joey Pasco. But yeah, he's got this thing on Twitter here. I'll include a link to this in the description. I think I may have said that already, maybe. I don't know. But so you can come here, and he just posts here every day the daily deal. So you can scroll back. If you scroll to the bottom, it just kind of resets a bit. You can scroll down, and it brings up more. So I went scrolling back in this, looking at all the daily deals for Zendikar in the past season, and I totaled it all up for Zendikar. And for Zendikar, there was 3,000 gems in daily deals that were given away. Well, not really given away. You had to pay like a gold coin or something like that for it, or you can pay like a small amount of gems. For like 400 gems, they'll charge you 300 gems, and you get 400 gems or something like that. But I'm talking like if you go from gold to gems so that you have something for the Mastery next season, you get 3,000 in daily deals, and then there's always 1,200 gems in the bottom here. So if you go here, that should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and there's 12, right? And every season, from my research, it seems to be that way in the Mastery. You get 1,200 gems in the Mastery. It's 3,400 to unlock it. So that means you only really need 2,200 after that. Well, you got 3,000 in the daily deals in Zendikar. There was 3,000 in the store throughout the whole season. So that means we have an extra of, I think, 600? 800 gems extra. Now, I've also was looking at that, and so far in Kaldheim, for our daily deals, we've had 800 gems so far. And the release date for the next set, which is going to be when Kaldheim ends, is April 23rd. And what is it? It's Strixhaven. Strixhaven is the next set. School of Mages is the next set coming out on April 23rd. So up until that point. So that means we have most of April, almost all of April, and whatever's remaining in March. And I'm doing this on March 5th, I believe is the date right now. So that means we have another, not really 2 whole months, like a month and 2/3 of a month, somewhere in there, of Kaldheim left. So I'm assuming we are probably going to get at least 800 more gems in the Mastery, or in the daily deals, which would give us 1,600 in the daily deals, 1,200 in the Mastery. So that would be a grand total of 2,800, which is 600 short, but maybe they will include that in the daily deals. I'm not sure. But if you also consider Zendikar, when we had, I think, what was it, 800 extra that we had. So it's like, well, now you're just down to 200 extra in total for the whole, ever since rotation up till now. So what I came in this, the kind of conclusion I came to is like, well, how do new people get this started? Like, I've got a wealth of gems built up here, and that's great for me to do that. Then, like, you know, if one season I don't get enough gems, if there was an overflow in the previous season, like Zendikar, then I'll have those gems will carry over, and I'll be able to unlock the next mastery pass after that. But the problem is, what if you're new and you're beginning? And yeah, I did give that a lot of thought, and it just boils down to kind of the same thing. Like, I don't know if I've said this, I think I've mentioned it at least a couple times in the beginner's guide playlist, but so if you're just getting started out, you could spend a little extra money instead of, like, if you come in the middle of a season, instead of like just being like, okay, well, I won't spend any gems until the next season to unlock that mastery pass, because, you know, like, you weren't around in the current season to go over the next. So it's like, you could go for this $20 gem package to get you started. It buys you that first mastery season. So whenever you start in the year or during the season in Arena, you can just, like, Arena's free to download, and it's free to get started, and everything's free. So you're only really paying for gems to buy cards and stuff like that and enter in events. So you can buy this to get started. It's only 20 bucks. So it's like 20 bucks to just get started in the game, and you get that first mastery. So you're going to get whatever amount of gems in there. So that's the other thing too. If you're only coming halfway in the season, maybe you want to wait and then spend this on the next season. And then that way, whatever gems you can get from maybe doing a few drafts or something, that's the other side of it, is you can do more drafts when you're getting started to help get you your gems. And then later on, if you're just not that big into drafting like me, this is why I've come up with this video, because I was like, well, like, I didn't really do a lot of drafting so far in Kaldheim, but I really like how my set's building up so far. I have not spent a lot of money on it. Like, I did the pre-order, and then I had all this gold saved up, which I'm saving up again. And it's like, well, it's because I'm saving up all this gold because I'm not spending it on drafting and spending it all on this stuff. When the next set comes out, I just use that gold to buy like a whole pile of packs for the next set that comes out. So like I had at Kaldheim, I had that like 100 pack boost right at the beginning of the season. So you can do that there, or you can buy this, and for 50 bucks, you're basically buying like not quite 3 seasons worth of mastery passes. So for 50 bucks, you're giving yourself a really good start. The only problem with that is you might be start out spending a little more money because you're coming out with this first, so you can get the mastery passes for the next couple seasons, so you know after that all your daily deals and all that stuff is gonna, and the mastery pass stuff is all gonna add up. You're always gonna have more gems for the next season, so you didn't need to worry about that anymore. All you're buying after that is like pre-orders and stuff like that, and then doing the same thing I am. Yeah, you can do that, or like I said, you can do the more drafting. Those are my suggestions. When I was starting out, I did do more drafting because I thought it was so valuable getting the cards from the draft, and then you also get some gems, converting your gold into gems, depending on how good you do in the draft. But like I've mentioned before, I'm really not that good at drafting, so I never really got all that many gems out of it. Not to mention the cards you get out of it aren't packs, so they don't make your wheels go round up here to give your wild cards and all that stuff. So that's another disadvantage. Also, you just don't get as many rares as if you spend, like for a quick draft, it's 5,000. If you spend that 5,000 on 5 packs, you're almost all the way around, all full round of the wheel, and you're getting either a rare or you're getting one card. You will get at least one wild card, because I'm pretty sure everybody has these offset by 3. Mine are offset by 3, and I'm pretty sure everybody's is. So you will always, for every 3 packs, you will get a wild card, whether it's uncommon, rare, or mythic. So that's just something I kind of came up with recently for the gems and just the mastery pass, and how to come up with the gems to afford that, even when you're just getting started out. And yes, like I said, when you're getting started out, it will be harder unless you're willing to spend the money for it. But once you do 1 season, 2, I guarantee 2. If you do 2 seasons where you just, like I said, you buy the $50 worth of gems and you just use that for mastery passes, you'll probably, as long as you hit every daily deal and you unlock every mastery and you do your weekly wins, so that you finish every mastery every season, which that's not all that hard to do. Like, you do all that stuff and you spend that 50 bucks and you'll get started probably a lot better than I will or than I did. I bought like $100 worth of gems and spent that on a bunch of stuff, a bunch of packs. I made some decks with cards I didn't have yet just to see what sets I needed. I bought more of those sets than others and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong if you've already done that. That's perfectly fine. It worked out pretty well for me. But knowing what I know now, looking back at it, I'm thinking like I could have done a lot better if I just would have worked at it a little slower, unlocked the mastery every season, and then just kind of worked my way through that. I could have built up a very similar collection to what I have now, and I would have spent like half the money that what I did. At least I'm figuring, like a lot of this stuff I didn't do when I was beginning, because it's like I'm using what I know now to try and predict what I think or would have been better when I was getting started. So that was the gem portion of this video. I think I forgot in the introduction to say that I am going on to do a bit of gameplay here with a warrior deck. Forgive me, in it I'd get very frustrated every game in it. Like, it was a good run of games. I had some good, I had a decent amount of wins in it, but like it's just my whole last couple days the losing streaks I've had have been unreal, and it's just unreal the way my decks have constantly been shuffled. Like every copy of every card. It's like, I don't just see 1 or 2 copies of a card I have 4 copies of. I see all 4 copies, or 3 of them, and it's so frustrating. So it's like, I need to see more of a variety. I can't just do the same thing all the time. I have to do different things. I have to respond to my opponent, not just sit here doing the same thing. So it was very frustrating. So yeah, forgive me, I do get frustrated and a little salty in the video, or during the gameplay. But first, let's go take a look at that deck. So here's the deck. It's a warrior deck. The picture on the box is funny. I can't even remember what that enchantment's called, but I just replaced it with Kargan Warleaders, because with the runes and the equipment in warrior decks, you really just you want more creatures. So having an enchantment that gives all my warriors +1/+1, or having a creature that gives all my warriors +1/+1, who is also a warrior, the creature was just a better way of going with it. But otherwise, looking at the deck overall, I'm sorry it's not budget. I know I normally do beginner stuff and budget decks on Sundays, but I'm running out of budget decks. You can only do so many that are actually all that effective. I'm just running out of decks that I can get any wins with that don't run more and more rares than what I've already shown you guys up to this point. So my decks are starting to get a little bit more not so budget friendly. I'm sure when Strixhaven comes out, I'm sure I'll be able to come up with a few more for you guys, and we'll get back to that stuff there. This deck is not too bad though. It's still, a lot of people would still consider it in the budget range. But that's mostly is with warrior decks, because they have a lot of low to the ground creatures, and then usually traditionally it's been equipment to enhance those creatures, but now that we have runes, I've been playing around with runes to see how they work with equipment. So to start off, we have Usher of the Fallen, which has really great value when you attack and boast with it. You get an extra token, so it's fun to get this guy out on the first turn, especially when you're on the play. Start attacking with him right away and creating little 1/1 tokens off to the side. It gives you a lot of extra value, just gives you that little extra jump start to your game. Beskir Shieldmate, same power toughness, both of them are warriors. This one's a human, that one's a spirit, but same thing, it creates a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. Same with this guy. All the tokens in here are warriors as well. So the warrior synergy is strong, but this guy creates the token when he dies and not a boast ability for 2 mana. So that goes really good with a few other things in the deck here that I'll get to. Kor Blademaster, because of all the equipment that we have in the deck, not like a super amount, but warriors are always big on equipment and equipping the warriors that you have. So whenever a warrior I have is equipped, remember it's a warrior, so if you run this guy in other decks, it has to be a warrior that is equipped, not just any creature, a warrior. So if a equipped warrior I control, it has double strike as long as it's equipped. And then this guy, the Kor Blademaster himself, has double strike just naturally all the time. So then we've got 1 Rune of Sustenance, 1 Rune of Speed, and 2 Rune of Might. They are the splash. The Rune of Might is really critical with the trample damage. When you get double strike going and then you get trample, it's just insane the amounts of damage you start doing. Plus it pumps it up by +1/+1. Rune of Speed for the haste, and Sustenance for the lifelink. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I got distracted there. It's just all this gas and burping, and like I feel like I never do this until I'm trying to record a video, and then I'm recording it and I can't talk because it's like gas bubbles. I'm just sorry. Like, I was really just starting to frustrate me there. Everything's been frustrating today. Anyways, hopefully, Body, am I allowed to talk now? Can I talk? Can I talk to people on YouTube now, please? Can you keep the gas down? Can I please talk? Thank you. Let me talk, please. Okay, so Rune of Speed, the Haste, and the Lifelink, they're just a little more situational. Like, this is just great all the time. They're like, you know, if we're running up against another aggro deck, that's when we're going to want the Lifelink to gain life, so we don't have to block as much of their creatures. We don't have to worry about defense as much, because we're just gaining life while we're attacking. That's the great thing about Lifelink. You have to do damage with your creature in order to gain the life. So you're attacking your opponent, plus also being defensive because you're gaining life, right? So that's why these guys are more situational. This guy's just awesome all the time. I found myself always wanting to go for this one. So that's why there's 2 of them in there and only one of each of these guys. Koll the Forgemaster, so when you have a rune on one of your creatures, any creature, as long as it's not a token, when it dies, it comes back to your hand, so you can just play it again. So any of these guys for 2 mana, 1 mana, and they come back to your hand, really awesome. Legendary creatures, so you can only have 1 on the battlefield at a time, which is why there's only 2 in the deck. I think I have 3 copies in total. Yes, I do, only 3. But being legendary, I don't want to get too many of them at a time. Maul the Skyclaves, like I said, equipment is a big thing for warrior decks, so Maul the Skyclaves is just one of the most awesomest equipments out there. 3 mana, you get to put it out and equip it right away. +2/+2 flying and first strike is pretty brutal. And double strike if you've got this guy on the battlefield instead of the first strike, which is really awesome. Akiri Fearless Voyager. So whenever you attack a player with a creature that you have that is equipped, you get to draw cards. So we get a lot of extra card draw synergy there, as well as all the card draw with the runes that we have here. So lots of card draw, which is just really awesome for a deck like this, where a lot of the creatures are very low in mana cost. So we're playing them out fast. We want to be able to draw more so we can keep playing more. Kargan Warleader, I briefly mentioned him earlier, how I replaced the 1 enchantment with Kargan Warleader. Gives all your warriors, which is everybody in this deck, all get +1/+1, which is really awesome and powerful, especially when you can get multiples of them on the battlefield at a time. The Rune Crown helps us dig up runes, which as soon as it enters the battlefield onto the Rune Crown, we get card draw on it from the rune. That's just the ability of the runes. We don't have to pay their mana cost, so if we don't have green, our splash color, we can just pull it out of our library or our graveyard or our hand. If we have it in our hand and we don't have green to play it, we can pull it out of our hand too and just put it on the Rune Crown. So it's a great piece of equipment that gives +1/+1 and whatever extra abilities that the runes we dig up, which are usually going to be an additional +1/+1 plus trample. So it's usually a 2 mana equipped, give +1/+1 and trample, and if you draw into any of the other runes or get any of the other runes, you can give that more. You can just play that rune on it and give it even more abilities to just equip for only 2 mana. Really nice, and really nice when you have Halvar on the battlefield and you can just move your equipment and or auras for free. And they don't even have to be your auras. I think I mentioned this in my Fynn deck. If you haven't seen my Fynn deck, it's a very unique deck. It's very cool. Go check it out. Click that link up there. It's a really cool deck. Has Halvar in it. And yes, so every creature that is enchanted or equipped, not just equipped. Kor Blademaster is just equipped. Halvar is not just equipped. It's enchanted or equipped. They get double strike, and it's any creature you control gets double strike as long as it's enchanted or equipped, right? Whereas with Kor Blademaster, it's only warriors. That's not as big a deal in this deck because they're all warriors. In the Fynn deck, it's a little more critical because not all of them are warriors. So this guy is in the Fynn deck, but he's just, because it's only warriors, you have to be a little bit more aware of how that works. And our last one here is Starnheim Unleashed, which you may have seen if you've seen my Foretell deck. There's another link to that video I'll put up there as well, since I keep mentioning all these decks I've done videos on. Click that link up there if you haven't seen my Foretell deck and check it out. It is a budget version. I am working on a non-budget version because it is actually a very effective deck, and I don't see a lot of people running decks like it, so it's really cool. But anyways, let's go check that out right now. Okay. Oh, I'm not on the play. How shocking. I'm so surprised. I don't get it though. Like I see like other people post their stats of how often they're on the play, and it's always like everybody's like only on the play 30% of their games, and 60 to 70% of their games they're on the draw. But it's like it's the same for me too. So it's like, well, somebody's got to be on the play more often. Like, who is it? Like, if we're all on the draw all the time, who's on the play? Let's put this on red, our red source. And we'll see if he trades, and if he trades, whatever, sure, great. We'll get some value out of boasting. We'll do that either way. So what, they had a really bad draw too? Okay. There we go. Halvar's pretty good. Sword of Realms is pretty good. Sword of Realms is really good with this guy. I'm gonna keep it. I just had to decide which one I wanted to play on which side there. Yeah, this. Maybe we go Rune Crown next turn, because it's not enough to equip Sword of Realms. Hey, we were on the play this time. That was nice. Maybe. Looks like a deck full of non-stop removal. Because that's just what we need right now. Non-stop removal when we have so few creatures in our hand. Not enough time to really do much else. Let's put this on white. Play that Rune Crown. And I guess we'll go Lifelink? I do so want Trample. The Lifelink could be... I don't think... Let's go Trample, because I don't think we're playing... It doesn't seem like a very aggro deck. It seems more of a control-y black deck. Let's kill all your stuff. Probably is going to make you discard cards at some point. Passing turn. Okay. I'm a little confused. Let's go that on green. He won't be surprised to see our splash color. So let's go like this. He does have something, some kind of instant. I'd love to get this guy down for the double strike. I have a feeling he's just going to kill it with some kind of instant speed something or other. Let's go this way. This guy, the Shieldmate. Pre-combat, yeah, whatever. Probably should have did it post-combat, but whatever. Not surprised. Had something. Instant speed removal. Surprise, surprise. Is he actually going to do something this turn, or is he going to just hold up his removal again? Oh, he's actually going to do something. Beginning of combat on your turn, each player mills 3 cards. Yeah, that would be nice to get rid of that thing. Although... Can't kill anything right now. Let's put this on here. Play that. Attack in. That's 8 damage. Anything for 1 mana? No, so let's just get that out. Another Axe Guard. Armory. A Rankle. How many do we each mill? 3 cards. That's such a weird card. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, non-stop. Must be nice to be able to just go through and rearrange your deck. How do you do that? What program do you install on your computer that allows you to just I'd just like to rearrange this here, just look what order they're in and maybe change it a bit. Like, he's almost out of cards and he just played non-stop. Wow. Mostly non-stop removal. Anything outside of removal has just been ridiculously awesome cards. Right, constantly removing, then I have to sacrifice stuff, and of course he has the stuff to sacrifice, so like, just non-stop with this freaking cheater. Like, seriously. And of course, what do we draw? Like, anything other than lands? No. There's only lands in our deck. That's apparently all I put in a deck is lands, because that's the only thing we ever draw. Ever. I'm so sick of drawing lands all the time. All the time. Literally all the time. Literally. I can't say that enough. Like, what's the point in even playing anything? He's just going to blow it up with something. Like, I'm really sick and tired of encountering everybody. They always just have everything they want in their deck. Like, it's always in the right order. It's always perfect. Like, when do I get a... Oh. Down to 4. You got not much options, you punk. I didn't even realize that. Like, I'm sitting here ranting because I'm just so sick of how much he's just taking care of everything. See, look, even Halvar, a big 4/4. It's like nothing, useless, whatever. And he's going to attack, make me sacrifice? No, he didn't this time. Yeah, but of course, what do I have? Like, what can I do? Like, look at this total jank. That was my only good card. All game. He milled this out of us, so we never really saw it. This was pretty good, but of course it's like everything, just pop, bang, 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 dead. Like, I run decks with high removal, and I don't get that. Like, it's just such perfection, too. Everything that's not removal this is the only thing that's kind of janky, is this guy here. It's good, but it's probably one of the weakest cards I've seen him play so far. God, non-stop with this freaking punk. Gain some life now. Some double strike would be real nice. Whoever he blocks with dies. He has to double block. You do that. What has he got in his hand? That's the only thing that scares me. I don't know if I should have even played that too. He untaps his mana, plays his his infinite. I can't stand it when they have never-ending spot removal. How is his hand not empty? Like, when is he drawing extra cards? Of course. Non-stop removal. Non-stop, never-ending, over and over. Like he has never not had removal. I think he's played removal literally every single turn. I have to review the video and watch it, but I literally think it's been every turn. Removal. This turn. More removal. More removal. 2/4 mana. So 4. We have 3 left. That would be plus 1, 2, 3. Be enough to kill. Yeah, alright. If we win this, like, that'll be pathetic for Ryu. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to be nice about it anymore. Like, come on, man. With your perfection and our total garbage draw. I mean, seriously? How, like, if you lose this, like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Let's just throw that on there because we got the mana to do it. Yeah, another one of those. And he takes it, finally. And we got lots of red in this deck, so hopefully we'll hit one before our third turn. Always a bit of a gamble to do that. There's some red. Sweet. I wonder if he attacks with his speaker. He does. Okay. Your speaker is way more valuable to you than my Usher is to me. I mean, I would have loved to have kept it, but yeah, no. Well, this really sucks. Do I play out the Sword of the Realms? This is a really bad... Like, here we go again. It's just non-stop today. Like, and what do you want to bet? He's just... Oh, what do you want to bet? These cards are just... oh, yeah. It's just... Oh, yeah, right. Just right in there. What do you want to bet? Like, I have to... Like, I can't sit on my butt doing nothing all the time. I got to do something. I'm sick of constantly, like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm getting all the same shit again. Like, when are they going to shuffle my deck? No wonder he didn't care. Like, I wonder what excuse... Like, they don't come up with excuses. Wizards don't come up. They just say everything's fine. Shuffler's working fine. Everything's fine. Oh, it's fine. I actually did send them something once when I had a day like this. A long time. Actually, it was a whole week like this. But still, there was nothing good about the game, really. Like, we got way too many Kargans. Like, we're sitting there like, what do we play in a sword for nothing and do nothing with it and sit here and do nothing, or what, right? Like, so all these Kargans, yeah, and then he just quits so early. Like, man, I don't know. like I can't. Like, I don't have words anymore. Like, there's no words in any language. Like, I only have 2 Maul of the Skyclaves in this deck. And no creature that I can play for 4 turns. Like, I know, yes, you can mulligan, it's common that people, but I'm just, like, it's just the same thing over. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when is this actually going to be shuffled? Like, seriously. It's a little better, I guess. Like, I can't mulligan it at risk of getting another hand like the first one. Definitely don't have the mana to play this, so we'll throw it away. Let's give a scry off the top. Definitely need that. Get our Rune Crowned out and our Kargan out, which will be helpful. Second turn Beskir, third turn Kargan. Opponent does nothing on the first turn. They're running Lurus. What was I doing? Did I want to go here? No, let's go this one here. That way. We'll play this one on red. And then that way we have 2 red sources and 2 white sources. And then from that point on, we prioritize white. Because this deck definitely has more white than red, quite a bit. And there are even some mana costs that are double white. I don't think there's any double red, but it helps to be able to cast 2 red or 2 white in a turn. It was really nice, so yeah. Let's go that way. It's fine, he loses his guy and to get a token, and it's a 2/2 because of Kargan, so it's not much. He was a 3/2, so yeah, 2/2 is definitely not as nice as a 3/2, but it's, yeah, what's the big deal? Even if you didn't have the Kargan bumping them up, so it's like I'm still gonna attack in with my token, because again, I don't care. Again, I'd much rather trade my token for any of those. Skyclave on the Kargan, fly over top. And then attack in and see if he's willing to trade with the thing on the ground. And then next turn we can go our other Kargan. And yeah. Token. So he does want to trade with the token. I am more than willing to give up my token to get rid of any one of your stuff. Death Touch? Yeah, I don't like that. And what was that again? Fiend Artisan? Artisan Fiend? What is it again? Fiend Artisan. They're nasty too. They are nasty. Scary. Scary guys. So yeah, I was like, okay, my little token for your good stuff. Your Death Touch or your awesome creature there. Okay, okay, get some poison counters on. Good for you. I definitely do need some lands though. Come on, deck. Land me up. Just a few. Couple more. Of course. Here we go again with the opponents literally having the exact perfect everything that lines up perfectly in every freaking way. Here he goes again. What is he going to play this time? Like, I am so sick of the stacked games, okay? Like, this is not Magic. This is just totally... There's no way. There's no way you just happen to get all those cards. Oh, how perfect is it? Oh, look at that. You think I wouldn't trade my card? You think I'm dumb? You know how much longer it's going to take you to put like that down? You're going to get to that. The poison counter is way, way faster, my friend. We won't play that. He can attack with his Fiend Artisan, but if he attacks with the Blight Blade, we'll block in the double strike. We'll kill it without dying until he plays his combat trick, because they always have it and they always have exactly what they need for every situation, every single time they play me. So what do you got? Like, I'm just curious to see how is he going to figure out. Not even, they're not figuring anything out. They're just going to be given everything they need. Here you go. Like, double Artisan. What is this? Another, was it another, yeah, right, because he's going to bring that back out of the graveyard now, of course. And then attack with this guy. I hope he does. That was silly. No, wait, he's got this. Oh, no, he doesn't. Wait. Okay. I'm a little confused then. I get 2 angels out of this. 2 angels. What is that, 4 mana? Yeah, no, let's get 2 angels. Not that it matters, I'm out of cards. Where's all my card draw? Where's all my runes? Like, deck Akiri something. Not that Akiri, well, Akiri would have been good earlier, but it's too late now because I don't have my equipment equipped to anything anymore. Right? Like, it's like there's so many things in this deck that would just totally allow me to kick this guy's ass. And like every game today has been like that. Like this past few days have been like that. And it's like it's there. Where is it? Like, where is all my room? Where is all my card draw? I haven't seen any kind of card advantage this game yet. I have so much of it. Every rune is card advantage. Like the rune crown, I guess. Yeah, that's also technically a card advantage. Do we want to let Fynn go through maybe? Yeah, let's just let it all go through. I mean, what's the point? Like, what, I block and everything dies, I draw a land or something stupid, and then I do whatever I can, and he just does everything because he's got Loris and everything he needs. Here you go, everything given to you. Like, Like, what am I supposed to... This deck is amazing. When I first built this deck, I annihilated so many people with it. And now it's just like all day today, non-stop. And it's not the card, my enemy... Like, I see my opponent's deck and I'm like, oh my god, where's this and this and this and this? Like, so many different cards. I list off like 5 different cards. I have 3 or 4 different copies of each. Like... Yeah, that's game. Like, what am I supposed to do? That'll be 6 double to 12. This will be 3 double to 6. It's normally 2. There's normally 4. Let's go this way. Can't block my flying. Oh, is that game? Okay. I did not see that. And to be honest, I would have, even if I did see that, I would have assumed he had something with 2 mana left and 1 card in his hand. I would have assumed that last card was just everything he needed, because that's the way the day's been going. But yeah, I know I've been rather bitter and salty today, but I've explained many times throughout the day why it's been like that, and I hope tomorrow's not the same and I can just get back on track. But this is not, like, this is the shuffling. You've seen it too. Like, you've seen the non-stop repetitiveness of the same card. So, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, like I said, hopefully it'll get better tomorrow. Okay, so what did you think? What did you think of all that gem stuff and the Master Pass that I talked about before all the gameplay? Let me know what your opinions of that are. Did you like that information? I know you guys usually like when I do share stuff like that. After my beginner's guide playlist, though, it's kind of hard to keep coming up. There's only so much stuff for beginners until you start getting into the more advanced stuff, which I don't mind doing as well, because even if you guys are beginners now, you won't be beginners forever. So, but let me know what you think about all that. Let me know what you think of this deck. Do you think the deck just sucks? Like... Or is it my bad luck? I guarantee it's my bad luck. Like, you can see in the video all the cards I draw. My card, like, it was really frustrating. So, and yeah, like I said in the video as well, like, when I first made this deck and started testing it out, it was just annihilating. And that was before I had Kargan Warleader. And I had enchantments that basically did the same thing. You got to choose which creature type, got a +1/+1 boost. But yeah, I would always just choose warriors, so it was the same thing. It was 2 mana. But like, I found the deck, I did struggle a lot to have creatures. I'm like, I've got runes, I've got equipment, but I've got no creatures, right? But I would also have that enchantment. So I'm like, well, maybe, yeah, if I just got rid of that enchantment, I would just have that few extra creatures, and I could actually start using Kargan Warleaders as the creatures that I enhance and attack with, instead of just enhancing all my other warriors, right? So, even after I switched that, like, it got even better yet. And then today when I went to make a video for it, it's like, even yesterday was really bad. So, like, please let me know in the comments down below if you've ever had days like that where you just wanted to rip your hair out because you're just like, I want a fair game. When am I going to get a fair game? And stuff like that. And, but, you know, let me know about that if that's ever happened to you. Maybe I was just overreacting because I did seem to win quite a bit of the games. I just feel like they were drawn out and too long, I guess. Like, I should have won them faster or something like that if I got my cards in the right order. Let me know what you think of all that. Like the video, click that thumbs up if you do like it. And if you're new, as always, check out those beginner's guide videos in the playlist that I mentioned. And I will see you guys later. Go make some magic happen, and cheers.